This video is going to be hitting on some hard truths. So if you're feeling a bit sensitive and you're not ready for some growing pains, then I suggest you come back to this video tomorrow. But there's something that needs to be addressed out here in these streets, especially for the women. Many people, guys and girls, often complain about the opposite sex online when it comes to dating. It's mainly when they're not getting what they want from the other party. Many women complain that they don't get to spend enough time with a guy, maybe he's not texting her enough, not making a plan to take her out on dates, maybe he's not introducing her to his friends, forgets things that she told him, only tries to see her after a certain time in the evening. And all of that, of course, is very frustrating. On the guy's side, a lot of guys are complaining that maybe she doesn't respond to his messages enough. She lets him take her out, but then nothing actually moves forward in the physical intimacy side. She says that she wants a nice guy, but she still continues to sleep with the bad boy. She doesn't care to have intimacy with him when he's made such a huge effort with her. She's just soaking up his time, attention, and maybe even money. And so you start slagging off the other sex. Slagging off is British slang for basically berating them. Men saying that all the women out here are bad, women saying all the guys out here are trash and bad too. Well, here's what's actually happening. Those women aren't actually bad women, and those guys aren't actually bad guys. All that's happening is that person made a choice. And the bitter pill that we have to swallow is that choice wasn't us. You ever heard of when two women have completely different dating experiences with the same guy? One girl is like, yeah, he only texts me to see me after a certain time, he only responds to my text when it's something sexual, but when he's horny, he's all over me. Then you have another girl talking about the same guy, saying things like, oh, well, yeah, he plans and he does take me out on dates. He has introduced me to his friends. We've actually made a plan to go see Chris Brown in concert in a month's time. All the right things. Essentially all the things that girl A wants from him. But what's happening is not that he's a bad person, but that he is actively choosing one girl to invest in seriously over the other. Because you see, most people are good people, and I genuinely believe that. Most people know how to make an effort, most people know how to treat someone well, know what it means to listen, to be affectionate, to spend quality time. The issue is the behavior we give when we're dating someone who we're not choosing. When we're not choosing someone, that's when we ghost them. We don't reciprocate things to the same level. We may not be physically intimate with them, may not be emotionally intimate with them, keep them as a last minute backup plan. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that just because someone's not taking someone else seriously, that gives them full license to treat them however they please. Ideally, which is beginning to happen more, you want to be open and honest about where you're at and what you're looking for with that person. But the reality is, people aren't honest. Not that they'll actually lie, but they just won't disclose where they're at with that person. And of course, the reason they don't do that is because they don't want that other person to stop choosing them, to stop investing in them. Because maybe they're enjoying the attention, or they're being enjoyed being taken out, or maybe they're enjoying just the sexual side, which is why the onus is on ourselves to recognize the difference. And know the telltale signs that someone's actions line up with what they say their intentions are. Yeah, it's all good saying, well, people should be more honest and people should be more open and blah, 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 blah. But if that's all you're ever going to rely on, then you're only ever going to be a victim to your environment. And that doesn't make us any more virtuous. That doesn't make us any more good than the next person. It just makes us a person who refuses to take agency over what the world is giving us. It's like when people ask, oh, why do guys ghost women? Oh, why do women ghost guys? And 90% of the time, men and women ghost each other for the exact same reason. They're just no longer interested. Maybe they realized at some point that they just don't see themselves with this person for whatever reason, or maybe they met someone else who they like and vibe with more. In a perfect world, yeah, everybody would just communicate that. Be like, hey, I've met someone else who I feel I connect with more and I want to focus my energy on building that. But on the likely chance that you do come across someone who doesn't do that, which a lot of people don't, we can't just forever be a victim to someone who doesn't communicate the way that we want them to. Because ghosting is still a form of communication. What are they communicating? That they no longer want to invest in us. It's really that simple. And I know often we might want to know why, like what went wrong, did something happen, is there something I can correct because I did really like you. But if we reflect and we didn't actually do anything wrong, then the why doesn't matter. Because if we did nothing wrong, then it means that whatever it was out of our control. And it's wasted energy to stress over something that is out of your control. So moving forward, I want to challenge you on something. I want to challenge you that the next time that you're dating a guy and he's not showing up in the way that you would like him to, instead of seeing him as a bad guy, start seeing it as a signal that, okay, he is not actively choosing me. Unless, of course, he does do something bad to you, he's not a bad guy, and you do yourself a disservice by judging him as so, because it means that you lower the bar for what really is bad. It's actually valuable life lessons to be able to tell whether someone is actively choosing us or not. And we can't learn that lesson if we're judging it. If you're looking for a guy who sparks up your love life, make sure you subscribe to this wonderful tribe. And as always, keep it slick. Pow.